Well, hey, you caught me in the middle of something here. Tuyaknife time. The Envy. Got this from Dave Warren. The problem is, he gave me a discount, but he says then you got to put it together yourself. So if you're going to get that discount. I'm just kidding you. Okay, so, Jesus. This is what it looked like before I messed with it. Really nice looking knife, huh? Crazy. But, of course, here we go, right here. And you want to review the parts individually. Well, I didn't take these screws out because they're through these tubes that go through the backspacer. But you know, it's machined out, weight relieved, as you can see. And of course, in here goes a steel washer. Where the heck did I put? Oh, there we go. Got my lube so I can put it back together. You know, your steel washers, so you can do that right there. And, you know, I pulled it apart and it was really clean. It was weird. It had a little bit of light lube in there. Who does that? Okay, there's a ceramic detent ball, and there's your hardened steel insert with the integrated over travel stop. There's where your stop pin goes. There's your blade. See right there? Right there, number 68. That's cool. Thanks, Dave. Check that out. M390 steel. Supposed to be good. Never heard of that steel before. Anybody? Oh, man. It's getting to be more and more common, but it's still really nice to have. And the DW1, Dave Warren 1. This is his first knife that has ever been produced. So, hey, let's see if it makes sense. Yeah, Dave. He's going to love this video. It's like, oh my God, I can't even remember. Hold on. Okay, so this is the presentation side. Oh, by the way, part of the reason I did this is so you can see the D-shaped pivot, all that fancy schmancy stuff. That'll keep it from spinning around. You know, when you don't have a way to stabilize it on the other side because you don't have a Torx on both sides of the knife, in case, you know, you have a round pivot tube and you can just start spinning it. And you got no way to stop this from spinning. Yeah, not no way, but it becomes more difficult. So in any case, because I've been there, done that. But, you know, so, hey, we're getting it together. I'm going to throw me a little lube on there. I know I probably slather it too much, and I'm going to look around the base here. Just put a little bit right there. That's all we need. And then we need bearings. Well, we've got ceramic bearings. Let's not throw them on the floor, etc. So I put the bearings face down to the washers so that this part will engage to the blade, which we can do. Let's engage the blade. Okay. So let's throw the blade on here. Come on, boys. Just like that. And then, well, we probably ought to put our little blade stop in there because that will be embarrassing if we put it back together without that. And so when it rotates around, you know, it'll stop. All right. So what do you think so far? Looks reasonable. And then, of course, I'm going to slather again. It's like building a hero sandwich, right? It's, you never, you know, but probably more than I need. Way more than I need. The other ring, of course, I'm going to put this part face down and the open part of the ring up. So I face those bearings, the closed part, down like that. Don't know that that's a big damn deal. But we'll throw a little bit of lube in there too. What the hell? I mean, it's, you know, I don't know that you really ever need to do that, but you know, I mean, you'd think this thing was going like part of a race car engine or jet engine going 10 million RPM, but no, it's not. Oh, by the way, Here's the backspacer. What do you think? It's green. It's cool. And we're going to put it on here. And we're going to try and make sure that we put it on the right way. Hold on. Was that right or wrong? I'm going to take a look around. No, I think that was right. I think that was right. Okay, and then throw this on top. Sandwich it up. Just like that. I think we're there. I think we're going to go down on that pivot if we got it. If we got the pivot rotated correctly. Okay, so I think we're close on that. See what I'm saying? Get one of these little screws in there. And you know what? Another thing I wanted to tell you, and I'm going to pull my driver out. I just get these Weehaw bits. Weehaw brand. Go to KC Tools. I mean, that's where Chris Conaway is with sheepdog knives. He's up there in Lenexa, Kansas. Weehaw. So go to kctools.com. There's my number 8. These are all number 8s. Okay, so no little baby number 6s or anything. These are really nice. And actually, my number 8 fits these relatively well without a lot of pain and suffering. I mean, a lot of slop and stuff like that, if you know what I mean. So, going to put this on here. Just kind of hold the sandwich together. Now that we got all the ingredients there. Hopefully, that D-shaped pivot is fit in there correctly. And one more screw, I guess, we won't put in here. And spin it. I mean, I got a big long screwdriver here, longer than I need, but it's got a fairly wide handle, which helps me to break screws loose if they tend to want to be a little stubborn from whenever their original assembly was. And it also gives me a little bit of leverage to be able to kind of crank down on them. So I'm going to make sure. Yeah. This is a little stiffer than the way it was when I first got it from Dave. But that might be not a bad thing. That's a little bit tougher shakedown. And he made sure that see, there's a little easier drop. Now let's check for blade play. None there, and no lock rock, so we're good. He made sure that there was no Loctite in these things. So that's a good thing. Let's put the nano lube away. And what is this nano? You know, I've gone from a 5 to a 10, so actually I think I got some heavier stuff and dumped it in what was left with this and made now I got a multi-weight. Do you think it makes a difference? Nah, I don't think it makes much of a difference. You don't want to use an 85 weight or something on there, but 5, 10, something like that. But what do you think? Good looking knife? Yeah, I like it. It's an interesting design. Dave's first, like I said, his first design. I think he's working on another one now. Like I said, ceramic bearings, ceramic detent, M390 steel blade. Got a thumb ramp here with jimping on it. So that's easy. You got a front choil here, and you can go forward on that. So stonewash blade. You got this big fuller going all the way down. Kind of a modified Tanto tip on it. and it's kind of a gold, and then this body of the knife is a little kind of bronzish, purplish, with the green pocket clip and backspacer. And you can see how the backspacer comes out and becomes a huge place to put a lanyard. And it's got, you know, it's got grip on here. Definitely got traction. Pocket clip, you know, you've got some machining here, some machine surfaces that will add to your grip on the knife. Just great drop. Really good action. It's centered right up, even after I took it apart and put it back together. Yeah. And, you know, number 8 torques all the way through, which is nice. And he said, you know, I told him I don't want any Loctite or anything on the screws, so there are none. No Loctite on that, which made it a lot easier to disassemble. At least, you know, because you don't want to worry about, you know, if you have kind of a bad fit on the hardware, which from what right here, that's pretty good. There's not much movement there. So I've got a pretty good fit with this. Otherwise, if there was a little bit more slop, I'd probably get my Wema, which is a different brand than the Weehaw. I'd get my Wema one because they call that a number 8 plus. It has a little bit different design to the Torx, to these little, you know, flutes on the Torx, to where it does stretch out and fill a bit more. So it has a little bit different style to it. So you can get those from kctool.com. Just saying. Not, you know, I mean, I've bought stuff from them. I bought bit sets and stuff from them, and that's where I get it. They ship it right out. You have it in a couple days. And they're very inexpensive if you just get these little bit sets. I don't know what I pay for these. $9 maybe for a number 5 through number 10. You know, and you can buy some bit sets and stuff that cost 50, 60, 70 bucks. But, you know, these are the hardened, German hardened steel. So just saying. Okay, let's get back to the knife. Sorry about that. But, you know, I really like it. You know, it comes in a pouch, and then they have a microfiber cloth in there as well. And all his good stuff here, which I'll give you the link to the website, okay? And there's his Hotmail address, okay? Phone number. I mean, he's the distributor. He's also the service and the sales guy. And, you know, he's doing this, I think, full-time now. So not only is he the knife designer, he's the Tuyaknife rep for the U.S. He's also the sales guy. He's chief cook and bottle washer. So, I mean, I have all the Tuyaknives so far, except the Talisman, I think. But, you know, they're just a great quality knife for the price. And this one here, if you want to, yeah, looks about the same size as the Para 2. And maybe a little smaller. Let's take a look. Let's put a tape to it. That's one thing I was going to do the other day and never did get around to it. So it depends on where you measure it. I mean, if you hold a ruler down here, it's 3.5-inch blade. I mean, because this bolster jets forward, way forward, so then you got a 3 1/4. So it depends on how you measure it. You know, is it going to be, you know, 82 millimeters or 90 millimeters? Well, whatever. And then overall, it's under 8 inches. So it's smaller than the Para 2 because it's not quite 8 inches. It's a quarter shy of that. And the Para 2 is 8 1/4 overall. So this is a smaller knife. Did we go? Yeah, we did. See, it can be as little as 82 millimeters up to about 90. And then overall length, 19.5 centimeters. So it's a bit smaller knife. Really nice and smooth. Let's get the blade stock here. 0.137, so 3.5 millimeter blade stock. Let's see what the thickness is overall. 12.6, so about half an inch. About half an inch. So it's pretty similar to the Para 2, only, and this is the Man-X here. And I was just going to show you the regular Man-X. It's closer to the size of the Man-X. Still just a skosh smaller. In any case. But very nice. Nicely done. Very smooth. Drop is great. No blade play. No lock rock. Easy to take apart because the number 8 Torx all the way through and put back together. I do like the color with the bronze / gold and then green. I think that's a pop of a color right there going on. M390 blade. It's numbered. I think they did 100 of these. So you might want to grab one. And that works well. I'll give you the link to the site. You can go to the site, get you one. If this is a design you like. If it's not, guess what? Here's another one in M390. This one right here. The Shuriken M390, and this is a first production run too. I got this one off their site. And the Talon, which is even actually a bigger knife. The Chicane, you know, that was the first one that introduced me to them. And then the Argon, and the Thorax, which is a running favorite of mine. I love the clip point blade. It's slender. It's easy to carry. It's very intuitive. And I've got the Bruiser too. And also, you know, I like the Bruiser. I got a lanyard on there. It's easy to carry. It's a real worker knife. And then the SNS, which is a little Saturday night special. Let's compare. See? Much smaller. This one's much bigger. The SNS, really small knife, but not quite keychain size. So I've carried this a lot when you just, I don't know, when it's really hot, you got really lightweight shorts on. This is just easy to throw in your pocket. Don't even really need a pocket clip, but it's nice that it's there, I guess. This one, let's weigh it up. Let's push all the knives north and put a weight on this one. You know, it does feel good in the hand. The ergos are good on this. I mean, look at, you got a big palm swell here. You got choil up front. It's easy to disengage. See the pass through there? Really easy to disengage the knife. You know? And it drops really nice. You can control that. You could tighten this up a little bit and make the drop a little more hydraulic. I loosened it a little bit when I put it back together. I felt like I kind of over tightened it for my own, you know, and it's still, but there's still no blade play. I mean, I tighten it tight enough to make sure there's no blade play or anything, you know, but Then I adjust the pivot according to kind of how I want the knife to drop. So, not quite 4 ounces, but really, really, really close. But that's fairly light. 112 grams. All right. I mean, you know, that's not bad. Do you think it'll be a knife? Let's see if we can get a piece of paper out of the pile, right? Woo! Okay. Yes, it will. It'll do that. It's nice and sharp. Yeah, okay. So, we got that one figured out. Come on, buddy. Just don't cut me. Don't bite me. Yeah, I mean, they did these milled, you know, machined areas. I mean, you got a contoured titanium scales. And if, you of course saw the weight relieving that was done when we had it opened up. Pretty simple. Fairly light, very slender. That's one thing I guess I noticed was how slender it was. And so it's really easy to put in your pocket. That's one thing I think I liked about the thorax as well, although this now is starting to feel a little bit more cumbersome in comparison to this one. The Envy is a little bit more sophisticated. Seems, I don't know, more pocketable, but maybe I'm just fooling myself. See what the overall, well, 0.52. Okay, so it's pretty close. This one at the widest point is 0.498, so is actually a bit more slender. Can't tell if you really can tell that by putting your hands on it, but it just felt that way. But really, really nice. I like this one. It's really interesting because I was giving him a hard time about the fuller on the blade, but then you got Best Tech coming out, right? What's this? The combo, whatever. This is one that they haven't actually released yet. But look at that. Fuller, the full length of the blade, right? And of course, what's this one? Oh, the Chimera by We Knives. So yes, has it been done? Yes. Long fuller down the blade? Yes. Not to mention the glimps and stuff from Bag, this and that. So yeah, I mean, these fullers just add some style points, which is nice. Breaks things up. Otherwise, maybe the blade would look a little plain. I think he probably thought about that when he did this design. But changes up the blade design so you're not doing a clip point or drop point or some of these things like, drop point here. So you're changing up your blade design, giving people a little bit of change up, and then the thumb ramp is real handy. You can go forward, and it's not a huge blade, 3.5 at max coming back here. Now, if you cut yourself off up here, you say 3.25. So depending on how you want to roll with that, but then your cutting edge would be at least as long as this point up here. So probably 3.25 cutting edge length. Easy to disengage. Nice ceramic bearings. I like it. And it's light. All right. Thanks again, Dave. Another winner on the Tuyaknife scale. Wish him well, continued success with Tuyaknives because, he stepped out, took a big risk, got himself really wrapped up in the whole knife community thing. Instagram, the website, the Facebook site. I'll give you links to all of them. And he's just a nice guy. And he responds quickly to anything you want to ask or, do. He's right there, Johnny on the spot. So maybe they're made in China. Yeah, of course. But there's USA representation here. So good quality products, like $150. And, I'll put a coupon code below for $5 off on any knife on their site. So, and watch his Instagrams and his Facebook, because sometimes he'll throw out a code on a certain holiday or some other occasion for even more off and or a sale price of sorts. So check that out as well. We got a mess, don't we? We got all these knives hanging around. And they're all good in their own right. They're all interesting designs. Kind of fascinating what he's doing there. And I hope he has continued success. I just think they're a blast. Take care. Thanks for joining me. Hey, you know what we do around here, don't you? Come on, Flanagan. Yes, we love them knives. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So stay sharp, my friends.